Hey guys, welcome to another video from the Parrott Bros. I'm Dom.
I'm Rob.
And today we are working through the list. Now we're getting to, and we're fitting some mirrors, yeah.
Yes.
So we're getting to that point now where we're starting to finish things.
Yeah, getting wrapped up.
Not everything. Of course, there's still a loom set on top of that. We've kind of put the loom and the body loom and all the lights and stuff to, we're going to do that last, because what we want to do is kind of get everything else in and then dress the cabling nice around everything.
Yep.
Whether that's the right thing to do or not, I don't know. We'll probably regret that one in the future.
Well, looking at the guide, you do book 1, book 2, and then book 3 is electrical, and then book 4 is IVA. So you'd like to think that we are doing something semi-right this time.
Yeah, plus we're waiting on a few bits, so it makes sense to work through the list. I mean, just to give you an idea, some of this stuff is like mirrors, dash, clocks, horns, coolant hoses, the throttle cable, we'll probably do that today.
Yep.
Put oil in it, just loads of, we got 20 things on here just to work through.
That's only book 1 and 2, so there is a few more bits.
There is a few more, and we'll probably have forgotten things to add on as well.
Yes.
So we'll get it a bit more ready. I'll list obviously in the title what we're going to do today, but we're definitely going to fit the mirrors.
Yep.
Probably going to remove them again straight after IVA because they look...
What do you mean remove them? These are lovely.
Yeah, I feel like we can get some carbon ones.
Yeah, we probably could. But we should. Do you know what we missed?
What?
We need to roll to the intro. Alright guys, so like we said in the intro, we're going to be looking at mirrors today. These are supplied from MK, they're IVA compliant, so to be IVA compliant they have to be able to spring out of place. So if I was to hit someone, they're going to hit the arch. I mean, they're going to hit the mirror, obviously. So that'll obviously spring back into place. There's got to be a movement, there's got to be a certain size mirror. So we're quite lucky, we've got a cage. So there's 2 fixing points on our cage and we can literally just bolt it to it. If you don't run a cage and you just run a scuttle, then you have to drill your lovely fiberglass panel, which I personally would hate to do, but good luck if you ain't got a cage. But we're lucky enough we have. So I think there was a rubber grommet somewhere that I've left over here.
Standard.
Prepared
as always.
This should be quite a nice, easy job because it's literally 2 bolts on there.
So if you don't want to drill your scuttle, buy a £1,000 roll gauge.
Buy a £1,000 roll gauge, yeah. Well, you can get the £600 thicker one, and I'm sure they have some clamps on. Yeah, so this is just a matter of poking through.
They actually came pre-drilled. Now, the only issue Rob's going to have is that access to that point, because it's like a triangulated plate behind the cage, is a bit fiddly.
Is a bit limited.
And I'm going to love to know how you're going to get anything on that to do that up.
I think
it's fun.
I might use, rather than using Nylox, I might use a spring washer, because then at least I can get the nut up near enough.
Yeah.
Whereas with Nylox, I'm
gonna turns.
Yeah. So if you could grab us some nuts and spring washers in the box over there.
Certainly can. Here's some that we did not prepare earlier.
Quite, it's tight, isn't it?
It is awfully tight. This is in the hope that you have enough nuts.
Do you know what I might do as well? Just
go on then, tell us, Rob.
Just to make life easy, guys, we can actually remove the mirror from the bracket. So then you've got a bit more ease of working.
So I have one non-nylock. So
really?
Yeah.
Might have to raid the work van. Perfect. So remove the bracket and then you've just got that. And I did just lose the rubber washer somewhere. Where did you go?
Where did you go now?
Oh gosh, there you are.
I've got 2.
You got 2, and have you got spring washers?
Yeah. Although they're questionably 8mm, not 6.
Springs?
Yeah.
I should only have...
They might be 6s. It's hard to know. You definitely need to sort your tray out with nylock and non-nylock based.
It is only from Aldi, so I think when I lifted it up, it all sort of went everywhere.
Done joiny.
Right, Aldi or Lidl. Nice.
But yeah, so these wing mirrors, yeah, they're not the nicest looking, but it's all about IVA and ease of use. I mean, plus visibility is not ideal in these sometimes because you're so small. You kind of want to see a bit better. Although you can just look around, depending on whether you've got like doors and a bikini top and all that kind of stuff. But yeah.
Yeah, that's much easier, guys. So if you have got a FIA cage, I'd recommend using a washer, spring washer, and then a 6mm nut, because you can spin it on and then you only just need to nip it up, because you're not going to get a socket in there.
What was supplied with them, Rob?
So you get nothing. You get the bracket, so find your own bolts. So basically,
Was it threads already included?
yeah, the threads are on the actual bracket.
Okay, fine.
So get yourself down to B&Q, buy yourself some 6mm
I think
nuts, bolts, washers.
By this point,
I'm sure you'll already found that.
you'll have already had a tray full of bits and bobs that will come in handy in the future. You even get the spanner on it.
Yeah.
Just. It is literally touching the cage.
I'm glad I didn't have to deal that with the whole lot.
We'll cut to the bit where Rob actually finishes it.
So now we got the bracket bolted on. It wasn't actually too bad once I got going. Just use a non-nylock bolt and a small spanner, and you can just about get it there on there and nip it up. So the only thing left to do is get the mirror mounted back up, which is quite easy, and I've got my phone on. Standard.
I was about to say, who didn't put their phone on silent?
YouTuber error. So literally
Waiting for those deliveries.
obviously you've got loads of angles, so I'm just going to nip it up for now where I think, but obviously we're going to have to do some adjustment, because obviously when you come to IVA you need to sit in that seat, and I will put my phone on silent, guys.
What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for some delivery notifications?
Yeah, we got some food on order, we got some things coming out, and then we got the
WhatsApp chat going mental.
the little WhatsApp chat going mental, yeah. So yeah, I'll just nip it up there for now, guys.
And then it's got that nice rubber grommet that goes over it.
And then that's got a nice rubber grommet. Oh, is that on the right way?
Other way around, maybe. Spin it. Yeah, no.
No, that's weird. What's going on? Oh, maybe.
Maybe it needs to go over further. Yeah, it's on.
That's a bit.
Bit naff.
Yeah, it's a bit naff.
Put it in a bit more.
Not that way.
So it follows the shape of the... Because the mirror will fold outwards still. Yeah, might need to trim a bit off of that.
Yeah, yeah.
But for the time being, it's on. It has a rubber grommet
guys,
over
for
it.
the time being. Look at that. They are positively ugly.
The thing is, they're functional. You can see quite well out of them compared to some of the little tiny ones we're going to have on it in the future.
So hopefully we will... So that's done now. We'll get on the other side done. Get that one done. And then we can have a look at ticking that off the list.
Yeah, and then
getting the next thing
we'll
done.
come back to you in a couple of minutes with the next job.
Yeah. Moving on, guys, we're going to be doing the throttle cable. Now, this is supplied from MK. Goes onto your throttle body through this bracket. There is this original bracket, but on ours the clip was broken, so we've just used a cable tie fixing, and we've riveted onto it. And then we'll drop down. We'll go in through the bulkhead, which you use this little kiddie that can screw in. And then onto the pedal. So we'll get this bit done, and then we can have a look at that bit in a minute. But this is quite straightforward, and it's quite a nice, easy job. Again, we've got a couple of nice, easy ones today. This little sort of, I don't know what you call this, a lead end or something? Soldered lead end, yeah. It literally just goes into the throttle body, round like that, without scratching the paint. Then you can go onto this bracket.
Which is original. Which is
original bracket. We've just give it a quick Rob the rattle can spray up.
Little dust up.
Yeah, little dust up. Nip that on.
So may need adjusting in the future, we shall see.
Yeah, can I have 2 10mm for that, please, kid?
You certainly can. There is one. There is another.
So we're just going to nip it up. You don't want to go crazy on these. It's just to hold your cable location.
Yeah, you don't want it to come loose. That's the only crux of it. Perfect.
Yep, that's solid. And then through your, make sure that stays in.
Yeah, you have to push the black in.
Yeah.
The sheath.
And then obviously cable tie fixing. It's probably a bit big for this, but it's going to be all right.
It's only to stop it from flailing around the engine bay. So. And then we're just kind of at a loss as to how to dress it going downwards, because I guess you have to just sort of do an S, because you don't want any tight spots, because then the cable won't move freely.
Can I have cutters for that, please?
You certainly can. Yeah, the cable doesn't move freely. You also need to consider
Whereabouts you're going.
Yeah, where
into
you're
the
routing,
bulkhead.
where it's going to meet and all that kind of stuff. Is there a hole for it already?
Yeah, so I think we're just going to sort of float it down.
Yeah, 'cause you want to keep it away from the steering rack as well, which happens to be in that area as
somewhere
well.
like that. So this little thing, I'll probably take one of the nuts off because there's a thread in the bulkhead, and then that one I can just nip it up to it.
Fine.
So if I can get that in.
Let me move them so we can have a little look. So basically behind those reservoirs there is a small hole because the accelerator pedal's on the far side.
Just nip that up, and now with your throttle cable you can obviously get that through. It's a bit fiddly, but it's not too bad.
Yeah, and then on the inside the pedal has like an extended bracket where you push the cable through, and then it has this little end that you screw on to put the cable where you want it.
Oh, he's only gone and shot it through the hole and through the throttle bit.
The pedal
on the
first
pedal.
thing,
Yeah.
yeah?
Stop it. So now, how do we dress that? Do we just want to put like a, do you reckon a little cable tie on that, you know, that bit going down? I think that'd be all
on
right.
the cross brace.
Yeah. Can you, did I keep them in the van? No way.
We've got to find some cable ties.
No, I think they're in the van, mate. Now we've got this cable through, you can just see where Dom's focusing on that bronze little clip. So that's the bottom of the accelerator pedal where the cable goes on. And now we just need to nip that little bolt up to pull the cable tight. And then what we'll have to do is adjust the two, where we've used the fixings to hold the cable up here and down there, we can adjust them to keep that cable tight. So now I'm going to have to try and struggle. I think I'm going to need a tiny little flathead, Dom.
Yeah, I think you might.
Just to get onto that.
Just mount the camera.
It's finger tight, but I think we need a bit.
Food's here. Food's here. Temporarily pause this video.
So now we've got that installed, the easiest option we will tell you is the little brass nut is quite fiddly, and you have to use like a little flathead and maybe some grips or a 6mm on it to just do it up. And we struggled with it in there because there's little room. So the easiest option is to pull your throttle all the way open, and you can literally remove it from that end, and then that gives you the length to then bring this little brass bit up a bit, and you've got a bit more room to play with. So, and then once you've got that tightened up, you can literally just pull it back into situ, which is there.
And all we did was we just put it in like Rob's doing now, and then let it go tight, and then we pushed it and marked it where we need to fit the brass things. Then when you pull it forward, it's easy to remember. And plus, we've got a little bit of adjustment there, both ways. And
you've also got it down the bottom as well, where it goes into the bulkhead. So this fixing here, I'm not 100% set on, so I might have a look at changing that at a later date, but it's not too bad.
But it's not going anywhere, is it?
No, we've floated it down. We've got two cable ties on the chassis rail here, and then it does like a little S into the fire panel, and then it just attaches to the pedal with that brass nut. And as you can see, that is the throttle working perfectly. And if it needs adjustment, we can always adjust that, like we said there. But yeah, that's another one.
The only thing we haven't done is the throttle stop.
Oh yeah, so, because, well, to be fair...
What is it to stop the pedal? It's to stop you maxing the cable, isn't it? Stretching the cable.
Yeah, it's to stop you stretching the cable and snapping it. So I think you'd probably stop it about there. That's full. You'd probably literally go about there.
Yeah, just tweak it back a bit.
Just so you're not like stretching that cable.
Because if you got zealous and give it a big right foot,
you might snap your throttle cable.
You might snap your throttle cable, and that'll give you more problems.
I might buy one and keep it in the boot box as a spare, because I'd hate to be in like the Swiss Alps or something and have a cable go.
Well, yeah, because we all know from having bicycles or whatever is cables stretch, cables snap, they seize, whatever.
I'm not going to lie, but that would be a faff of a job somewhere.
I was just about to say to you, that would be a hell of a job, because once you've got that front scuttle on, the cover...
You'd have to remove the water tank,
the battery,
everything like that. Take that cover off to be able to get to there.
Or take the seat out and then climb it upside down, which Rob wasn't very keen on.
No, I feel a bit sick doing that, so yeah.
But yeah, the throttle stop is literally just a bolt which is wound in from the outside inwards, which then you just wind to a point that it just touches the pedal when it's at full.
I think I'm going to make something out of like nylon to put on the end of it, so then it's not metal against metal. But
yeah, or put a little rubber stop on or something.
It's minor, but yeah, or rubber stop, yeah, a little rubber bung on the end of the bolt. And that's a 6mm bolt, which we don't have, so we'll have to go to B&Q, get one or something.
But
So
yeah, I mean,
probably
as
60 mil.
jobs go,
That's a couple more ticked off the list.
yeah, and today's been not too bad.
Yeah, it's been quite productive.
It
What
has.
I don't know what else we got for the guys for next week. Maybe have a look at like
We'll have to consult our list,
something like
yeah.
that. See what we got on the list.
Yes, yeah, because we're gonna fit an oil cooler with a sandwich plate, but we're not gonna fit the cooler
Just yet.
till after IVA. So we just put 2 blanks in.
Yeah.
But we shall save that for another video.
Yeah, but
Thanks for watching, guys.
and we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye for now.